Hi, I'm NewsTaco editor Sara Inés Calderón, and this is your weekly roundup. My top pick this week was a story I wrote in which I compared redistricting to a telenovela. There's a lot of similarities, and I think it might clear up some of the confusion around that process. Please check it out. In the cultural realm, we had a group of interesting stories. One was a story about how a man who was mauled by Chihuahua survived the attack but not the shame. It was a comedic and satirical post by the new Latino comedy and satire website, pocho.com. So check those two out to see what I'm talking about. Then we had a great and interesting post by Marta Saenz Reg, who writes for us an advice column for us. The column was titled, "My Daughter Likes Women, How Can I Cure Her?" And so it's interesting. Marta basically says, to the mother, you're the one with the problem. It's an interesting read. Then Oh Hell's Not talks to us about how even though she's not trying to lose weight with her New Year's resolution, by cutting down her food intake, she's trying to become a healthier person. We had a great Bien Hecho this week about Miss Deaf America, who happens to be a Latina and a PhD candidate. Super interesting. And then we highlighted the Raza Unida Party, which is very influential in the civil rights movement for Latinos. Check that one out. In the economic realm, we had a story about how Latino businesses are driving the economic recovery. So check it out. And then we had a cool interview with the director of The Other Side of Immigration, a documentary, which seems to try to illuminate the different sides of the immigration debate, telling the story from the perspective of Mexican migrants themselves. It was pretty interesting. And then I wanted to invite you to read our new Latino politics blog, which we launched late last year, called La Politica. It's a good place to go if you don't really want to spend a whole lot of time reading about politics, but want to kind of be able to drop in on conversations or have something relevant to say. So I urge you to share it with your friends and check it out once in a while. So Mitt Romney was all over our blog this week. He said he would veto the DREAM Act if president. He called the DREAM Act a handout, and he was sending out anti-immigrant flyers in South Carolina ahead of that state's primary. And then the Obama administration came out with a new policy that's going to enable mixed status families to hopefully adjust better to legal, processes within their families. And then John McCain said the GOP must fix our problem with Hispanics. Finally, SB 1070 author Russell Pierce, who was recalled, is now trying to get back into elected politics in the Arizona Republican Party. And so that was a really interesting one. So that's our roundup this week. Sara Inés Calderón, your NewsTaco editor. Thank you so much for reading. Please feel free to share us with your friends this week. We want everyone to love NewsTaco. You have a great weekend.